Alrighty, the final part.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so just give me a bit of a context here with this final part here. Is that we're up against Black Doom. We just got our final ability as well.
Yep.
And
We
I'm
got the
guessing
win.
Black Doom wanted Shadow to get all his abilities and like his perfect form. Then he'll take over his body at this point right now. Because he didn't want to fight him in his incomplete form.
Exactly.
Mind her money.
Just like what Orochimaru was trying to do with Sasuke, is what Black Doom is trying to do with Shadow.
Which I still feel as though this plan is probably the worst thing. You would rather fight them at their weakest than at their strongest.
Yeah, just to take over the bodies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense much.
You could take over the body, then improve the body with all the extra abilities, and then you got the same thing that you would have gone against them if they was fighting the strongest.
It seems that Black Doom's overconfidence was his weakness.
Yeah. Wow.
Because he just wanted to let Shadow cook on his own rather than do all the work himself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go, Radical Highway.
That was crazy though. That first 5 seconds was exactly like Sonic Adventure 2's Radical Highway. Then now it's just completely different here.
Yeah, it changed drastically.
Yeah.
Now we're going on buildings.
The strangest thing though is that when Shadow was going through that loop, it was way slower compared to Sonic Adventure 2's Radical Highway going through the loop. I was like, huh? You got boost. You should be like going right through that loop right away. Should be instantaneous.
You know, I've seen complaints about speed in these games, these modern Sonic games, not being like equivalent to what it was in the adventure games.
Yeah. Like the scripted paths, like how it was, it would be like mind-blowingly fast. Like whoa! Like you'd have to react to certain things when you actually put the speed in. In comparison, if you do normal speed, yeah, you can react to it. But when you actually do the spin dash or your speed running, you see the reaction stuff you have to do in those games. But now it's like you boost either way. That's your top speed, and they are way slow. You can't go faster at all.
Nah. It's funny how there's a blimp that says speed.
Oh yeah, because that was in the original game as well, right? Speed.
Yeah, it was, although technically it said soap.
Oh yeah, soap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just since they can't use that logo anymore, they had to replace it with speed.
Uh-oh. No.
Oh no!
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
you just saved yourself. Nice save. Something I wanted to talk about with Mephiles in this game, as we saw him earlier, right?
Yeah.
And what if Mephiles actually succeeded in defeating Shadow there? Ooh,
If he did,
yeah. Like,
then Sonic 06 would exist. In that sense, that you'd go back to that timeline.
it would exist, and it actually, well, not only that, but I was going to say, like, wouldn't that pose a problem for Black Doom?
Oh, because Solaris exists.
Well,
That
yeah,
causes
I
a
mean,
problem for everyone, isn't it?
it's a problem for everyone. Yeah, like
Yeah.
if Mephiles defeated Shadow right there and then, Black Doom would have had a major problem there.
Even Time Eater would have a problem. They'd be like, "Oh my God, it's the real
The
time
real
of
Time
destruction." Yeah, it's like, "Oh, my powers are useless."
Yeah,
Classic Sonic would be useless, and then Super Sonic wouldn't even know what's going on because of this whole thing, and he wouldn't be able to do a 1v1 against Solaris and all those dimensional timelines, and yeah, they would be all screwed up.
yeah. So essentially, Shadow did Black Doom a favor by defeating Mephiles.
Yeah,
Because Mephiles ain't gonna work with Black Doom on whatever is going on here.
yeah. Oh my god, dubstep.
Oh yeah.
Bob, 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 bob.
We're going back to the Skrillex days. You know, this version of Radical Highway, I feel like it has influence with Stopless. Like, just look at this.
Oh yeah.
I like to call this Radical Stopless. So,
You know what's interesting as well that I think about Shadow's gameplay compared to Sonic's gameplay? Like Shadow has all these abilities, and he's flying, he's surfing and whatnot. Sonic would never have any of these abilities, and all they just want him to do is just run. At all.
yeah. It kind of puts a unique spin on Shadow, on who he is. That he's not just a Sonic clone, he has this like own little thing going on.
Yeah. They always wanted to make him completely different, but I always saw Shadow like Sonic anyway. Like he's just a hedgehog that likes to run really fast, but also has chaos abilities.
Yeah, that's true, because essentially that's what he's supposed to be anyway. He's supposed to be like the other side of the coin to Sonic.
Yeah, yeah. So like when Gerald Robotnik designed Shadow, Eggman probably showed the blueprint to Shadow and designed it to be like Sonic in a way. Which I think that was a law, isn't it? Like Eggman created Sonic in one of the comic books.
Oh, that's wow. I never heard that one.
Yeah. They did an experiment and then it went all wrong. Sonic escaped. And then there you go. Eggman's arch nemesis was Sonic.
Interesting. First time I've heard of it. This part reminds me of Sonic Colors in that Sweet Mountain stage. You have like those rockets coming at you. Except here you got like floors coming at you.
Oh yeah, I definitely see it there.
Yeah.
It's just so bizarre though that they put Radical Highway as the final stage between Shadow and Black Doom. And we've already said it before, it should have just been a Shadow the Hedgehog stage. It just would have made perfect sense here.
Yeah.
Because what does Radical Highway have to prove? Like what sort of stage was it in Sonic Adventure 2? It was just a stage whereby Shadow wanted to test his new powers. That's it. Like he wanted to make a demonstration of the Eggman.
Yeah.
Story. That's it. There's nothing else. It's not really that significant of a stage.
No, not really. But I think the reason why it was just chosen is because it's where Shadow was really first introduced.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Green Hill is Sonic's first stage. So I see why some Sonic fans say that. Yeah, Radical Highway is pretty much Shadow's Green Hill.
Right. So what are these anyway that he's fighting here?
These are like other Black Arms aliens.
Oh, Black Ops aliens, I see.
Yeah, they're aliens that we've
I don't
never
know why
seen.
they didn't make it a black man.
We've never seen them in his game though. That
Yeah,
also-
yeah, we never saw it in the games. Yeah, that's why I was just asking there.
They seem more evolved. It's something we haven't seen really.
Yeah.
Oh my! Nice one. So this is the only Act 2 stage that isn't completely 2D. You guys have noticed.
Right.
There's pretty much the same 2D gameplay here.
Yeah, yeah. Which, yeah, there has been some stages before that was just been all 3D, which I'm impressed with. That, you know, this team can actually make a fully 3D Sonic game. Actually, wait, was Cyberspace like fully 3D? Some of the stages in Sonic Frontiers, or was it like mixture?
Mixture.
Mixture.
Oh, mixture, yeah.
The
So
fully 3D ones have been ones like based off Adventure 2.
yeah.
Yes.
A rank.
Boss time.
Devil Doom without the Chaos Emeralds. That's what he should put, isn't it? Without the Chaos Emeralds. Yeah.
The time has come, Shadow.
Agreed. Time to sever this bond between us forever.
We are
He says he
searching-
learned from Shadows from their defeat, but here he is doing the same thing again. At least this fight is like combining all the 3 fights in 4. That's pretty cool.
Oh, so these elements was already done in the other boss fights then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing's
like
really changed.
like this here is like, yep, that's from Metal
Oh
Overload.
man. But yeah, about the original Devil Doom fight, when you first get into that fight there, I have to admit, it is difficult first time to beat him. Like, it's not some easy super shadow fight that you do in the end. Like, your rings
No.
get depleted very easily.
It's not a walk in the park for sure.
Yeah. Took me a couple of tries to finally get him away.
No lie, this one actually took me a while too.
Oh, this one's
I had a-
the
yeah.
one.
So phase 1 I did not struggle. It's when I hit phase 2 that's when I had trouble.
Ah, I see. So this remix sounds like his normal Black Doom boss fight.
Yeah, when he's in his base form
Yeah.
and he says like Swift Strike, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I actually love that boss fight, by the way, Shadow the Hedgehog. I thought it was one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool boss fight. You get to fight that version of Doom in like what, the Arc and the Black Comet.
Yeah.
Yeah. like like how Black Doom looks, is like, oh, that's happening, okay.
Just gave him a little dental check.
Yeah, like, here, let me check your teeth.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we gotta clean that.
Oh,
We see
no.
fight.
I hate
Oh!
the squid form sucks.
At least it takes you there to that point, so that's fine.
This is Splatoon here right now. When you're in this form.
Yes, there's some Splatoon action here.
Yeah.
Alright, dental check again.
Yeah. So how come Shadow can't fly at this point here?
Oh, it's locked right now. Actually, it's interesting because that locked symbol could also mean chaos control. I think they just wanted to have you explore this ability, really.
God, this fucking game sucks.
But like Jim
Oh,
said,
I
we're gonna see all of his powers being used. So
Oh,
right
it
now we're
is.
just seeing
Yeah.
this part.
It's just like a boss mechanic right now. It's not just like you could just choose any of your abilities. That would be nice if you could choose any abilities here.
Yeah, actually, that was something that was discussed among some reviewers. Is that you can't choose the abilities at will. It's only like stage specific.
Yeah. Now that would have been cool replay value whereby you go back to the stage and instead of doing it just the normal way, you could be flying all across it instead.
Yeah. But I guess that would have made things too easy. If that was the case. But yes, here's the wings that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh my, what a gross transformation. Neo.
So this is like a brand new form that's only shown in
Yep.
this game.
Yeah. And something to note here, look at his rings.
Oh, it's going down.
He's losing them, yeah.
And he's not even super form as well.
He's not even super, yep.
Yeah.
I am nothing. I have surpassed you. Time to end this.
So this is the phase 2.
This is phase 2, yeah. This is where I had some trouble.
It's because of like this part that just happened there.
No, halfway through, you'll see.
Alright.
Perhaps Jim will do much better. Actually, he's doing way better. I was kidding that. There.
Oh, so you have to dodge it in time there at that point.
Yeah. This part not so much. It's like trying to keep up with him. It's the trick.
Yeah.
But you know, I noticed something. You're not depleting your boost, Jim.
Oh,
Yeah, that would happen. Yep, I get that a lot.
So when
It
that
just sends you
happens, oh, it sends you back, but your rings don't get lost there.
No.
Oh, so your rings only get lost if you use the boost part. Is that it?
They get lost once the rings go away. Oh my god, Jim, you're doing well.
Alright,
I'm just baffled right now. Like your boost meter's not going down.
yeah.
I
I don't think boost is going through. Like, yeah, this is the boost there,
Yeah,
and there's the plane there. But if it's just no boost at all, then the rings don't really go down.
yeah. Oh, you got hit there. I mean, he's doing way better than I did the first time.
How many rings did you have?
He started off with 100, so he's doing pretty good actually. So I think I finished Black Tomb like this boss with like 20 rings.
Yeah. Looks
Oh,
easy to
this
pick
part
up the
was
rings though.
annoying. I hated this part. Yeah, you see, you would hit like the walls there. Kind of slow you down.
But is this the first time going for this boss right now?
No, he's done this before, I assume.
Oh, okay.
So he knows what he's doing.
already decided. We will be one.
Chaos control on me.
This definitely feels like Sonic Frontiers is just took in control right now. The way how the cinematics is.
Yeah.
This is the destiny I choose. Now, to end this!
This is the destiny. The destiny I choose.
Has he said that before?
Not those exact lines, but
Everything up till now.
he has said to Mephiles, I will determine my own destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just find that interesting that he says something along those lines.
Oh man, that's the burning fist that Goku uses.
Yeah, he uses that dragon. Oh my, he exploded. Shadow's like, really? A C?
Nice work. Perfect timing, too. Sonic is getting ready to confront the monster that trapped us here. If I'm going to switch the emeralds without him noticing, we have to do it now.
Very well. I leave it to you.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
There you go, Blue.
They have to put that in. It's like, oh my god.
He
Yeah,
might need your
We
That's
just
all it is.
defeated Neo Black Doom, and now you have to chase the emerald because Sonic's one is way more important.
Yeah.
It kind of just lost the victory, just what happened there.
it did.
Shadow? I knew you could do it.
Maria.
I'm okay. Really.
It's like, don't touch me. I want to talk to my shadow.
Without Black Doom's influence, the time anomaly is beginning to heal. We are returning to our own point in time.
I'll stop Rouge. Use Chaos Control. Stop this moment in time.
Shadow? No. I don't want to be frozen in one place in time. Besides, your friends need your help.
But you don't know what's going to happen.
I know I'll see you again. And if fate draws us apart, I will always be in your heart.
Maria. Wait.
He's crying.
Yeah.
Is that the first time Shadow's ever cried in a video game?
No. Didn't he cry in SA2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ian Flynn! There's his name.
I like how they go through this whole entire effort of trying to connect this with Generations, but then they don't show the end of Generations. It just credits and then returns back to game.
He'll have to play Generations for that, but we already
Yep.
did.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So in reality, we should have had this story first before doing Sonic Generation, because it looks like Sonic Generation still feels as though it's the main story that they put more emphasis on. Because yeah, I don't know, it just ruined that part when I saw Rouge. It's like, give me that Emerald, Shadow. I'll give it to Sonic and change it.
Overall, I mean, this whole Child Generations really to me was like a good start into like what is to come for the Sonic franchise. I hope we see more of Shadow. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, reviews are really high for it. We saw IGN give it a 9 out of 10.
Surprised.
And I think they probably would have given it a 10 out of 10 if it had Chow Garden by how the reviewer was acting like. But
yeah.
other than that, it just feels as though, yeah, you can see that why the game, a lot of people like it to it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like the action stages were far better than Frontiers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole reason I was interested in even getting this, is because it looked like it was just to see how they build upon Frontiers. And it was a massive upgrade.
Yeah. They're off to a good start. You know, Frontiers being like the blueprint, and then this being like a continuation of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to what is next for Sonic franchise.
Ray Chase was in there? Who's Ray Chase? Was he? No. I'm curious who he voiced in this game. Was he Black Doom?
Who knows?
Overall, I like the story though. Even though it's largely just kind of retreading what we saw twice now. 3 if you want to count the Sonic 3 movie upcoming soon. The story of Maria and Shadows, like it was nice getting them have a reunion with them, but it's a story that's technically, as you talked about before, been put in the past. Like Sonic 06 Shadow, he's beyond that.
Yeah. Yep.
So we need to go back to that Shadow.
I think we'll see that Shadow again soon. Okay, like this is it. No more Maria stuff after the Sonic 3 movie. Like let's progress Shadow, into a different.
Also allows Sonic to have this kind of level of story himself.
Oh yeah, Blue was mentioning that. Like yeah, definitely need to get more deeper with Sonic.
Like even in Sonic 06, his story in that game is just him versus Eggman, whereas Shadow and Silver has these deep story. Well, maybe not deep, but just like engaging stories with him and Mephiles, and then Silver is like, is it right to kill someone to save the future? I just wish Blaze was more involved with the story than she was.
That is a very good point there. Yeah, Silver and Shadow had more themes going on in 06 than Sonic.
And it still worked though, because each carried an important piece of the story.
Yeah, like I feel like at least if there was any theme with Sonic's story, it was his interactions with Elise.
But it's more like that was Elise stories than Sonic's stories.
Yeah, pretty much, and how Sonic was pretty much like a supporting character to Elise, and him just telling Elise like, Elise, just smile. Like, yeah, very, very true.
It's still weird that they did not represent a Shadow level in this, but they went with all Sonic levels.
Yeah, with the exception of Radical Highway.
Radical Highway.
Yeah. But yeah, would you guys say this game has replay value?
No.
No?
It really just depends if you really like the game, if you want to go
Not
back to it.
until in a couple weeks when they release the Sonic 3 DLC for this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see the Tokyo stage. Yep.
And you're playing as Keanu Reeves Shadow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. People, they know Keanu Reeves as John Wick, right? But to me, I always know him as Neo from The Matrix.
Johnny Silverhand.
Oh, he plays that character?
Yeah.
Oh, he was also John Constantine at one point.
Yeah, I think he wants to make a new Constantine movie too.
Ah, okay.
Play tested by VG Market. No, I don't think this game has replay value.
You don't think so? Okay.
Like, I like the stages, but I don't know if I would go back and play them that often.
Okay. It seems to me like if someone was a speedrunner, they obviously would have to replay as much as they need to.
Replay value is a very hard thing for Sonic games.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for Sonic games because it's because of the person that plays it, and I don't know, it feels like there's better games out there. That's what I feel about with Sonic games, is that you play a Sonic game, you kind of finished what it was, but then you go into another game and you forget it exists until there's another new Sonic game coming out. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
Like it's not like your number one game or your top 5 games of the year.
Yeah, because I haven't gone to replay Frontiers since I've beaten it.
Yeah.
Although I have thought of like revisiting it just to see like, oh, what it felt like.
Because the way I look at it is that if you look at, the golden age of Sonic games, we take the classics here. That's when platformers were booming the highest at that point. So there wasn't really much competition for Sonic games at that point. You may have Mega Man, you may have Mario, I don't know, Crash Bandicoot around that time, but there wasn't really much that can be compared with Sonic as the best ones out there. But then nowadays, there's just so much competing that could just have more value to it.
Yeah. Alright, so are you still recording, Jim?
Yeah,
You are?
because I want to finish this off by reading Gerald's journal.
Oh, okay. So, the journal, do they actually have it in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is grade A Sonic Frontiers content when you have the journal, just the way how it was with Eggman in that game.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I was not aware of that.
Alrighty. Lots of reading here. Let's see, Abraham Tower. Commander, you request for tangible evidence of the Ark Incident 50 years ago. It was produced very low results. Your predecessor was quite thorough in erasing the cover-up operation. However, Professor Gerald Robotnik's personal diary managed to survive. Ironically, we have Dr. Eggman to thank for finding it all. This journal was recovered during the investigation of Dr. Eggman's stronghold following the latest incident with the Ark. Unfortunately, time and tragedy has not been kind to the journal. What you're holding now is what is all that remains of the original book. I'm afraid there is no way of recovering the missing pages, nor can I restore the damaged or redacted elements. It's a pity, as I would very much like to have greater insight into Gerald and Maria's lives too. Regards, T. I don't know who that would be.
Yeah, I don't know who T is, but Abraham, yeah.
Let's see. Entry 42. I take great pride in my research and discoveries. Few men are labeled as genius in their own time, but nothing compares to my pride in my boys, his 2 sons. They both graduated, and in record time no less. They'll have their doctorates in no time. It seems my passion for archaeology and robotics are split between them. I guess that's what makes them chips off the old block. Ho ho! I can't wait to see what boons they bring. 162. And also, there they are. I can't believe how much time has passed. It feels like yesterday I was celebrating my boys becoming men, and now I'm a grandfather. Her name is Maria, and she is perfect in every way. She brings a smile to everyone's face, and everyone falls in love with her the moment they lay eyes on her. If nothing else, she is my legacy. Everything I do from this day forward, I do for her. 170. I deciphered the engravings of an ancient ring found on a previous dig in something jungle, probably Angel Island. and collected the location of a fabled flying... No, maybe not Angel Island. What would that jungle be then? Just a random jungle? But he found the fabled paradise, Angel Island. I went alone to verify my findings and was rewarded with the spectacle of an angelic island. The land was vast, lush, and hosted a number of biomes in close proximity to each other. And a carnival. I believe I could see an entire floating city at one point. Most majestic of all was a shrine devoted to what appeared to be a massive... could this be the legendary Master Emerald? See, there's no mention of the ancients in any of this yet.
No.
Why is there squares in the first place? Why don't you just actually show the words?
Maybe they want us to find out.
Let's see. I dare not approach or overstate my welcome as much as... That's also, this entry confirms that Shadow is based off of Supersonic Mural in Angel Island. I dare not overstate my welcome. As much as I wanted to explore every inch of the island, I felt it was a very sacred land. Just setting foot on its soil felt taboo. I don't know if any civilization remains. The land is vast and my stay was brief, but the majestic of the emerald and shrine will stay with me for the rest of my life. I am about to embark on the most ambitious project of my life. The Earth's first orbital space colony will be the 9th wonder of the world. It will be a place of science, researching all manner of ways to improve our way home. Seeing it as a vessel meant to preserve life amid the harshness of space, I have christened it the Ark. It shall be a vessel to pass on the value of life and peace to the next generation. While most of the megastructure will be hidden with the base planetoid, I have gone a little self-indulgent in the design. The only real concern is the source of funding. While the United Federation supports us, most of the financing is coming from blank. I have no illusions about why they'll want. I think it's supposed to be gun. I have no illusions about what they'll want, but I'm building the Ark to preserve life, not end it. While I have my concerns, I am a genius, so I'm sure I'll figure something out when the time comes. Ooh, ominous. 389. Life and work aboard the Ark has been exciting for good and for ill. As a positive, we've acquired one of the legendary Chaos Emeralds for research. They're said to hold unlimited power, and preliminary tests suggest some effects in space-time, bending reality to one's will. Imagine the possibilities. Sadly, Blank is doing just that, but in all the wrong ways. Their desire for weapons research is becoming increasingly overt and decreasingly polite. I used my clout to get a direct line to the president to ask him to intervene. He said he would, but then he asked me for something equally obscene. He wants me to discover a means for immortality. That came out of nowhere. I aim to improve life, not pervert it. Everything gives way to entropy. The concept is laughable, as intangible as a shadow. I refused him outright. In retrospect, perhaps I could have been more diplomatic about it. I find myself on edge. Political pressure aside, I'm told Maria is sick with no clear diagnosis. I wish I could look into it myself, but I'm needed aboard the Ark. Hopefully this will pass and she'll recover soon. She was too precious to be left to suffer. The All-Powerful held the power to bind a soul, destroy the entire. 402. I have uncovered a most interesting specimen from the warehouse. It was first recovered by my son, Blank, who became quite the archaeologist. I believe it to be some sort of puppet or robot made by the ancient people. At first, I didn't think anything of it, but when I was experimenting on G-Merrill, it began to move. The result, this suggests the possibility that even the ancient civilization can harness the power of the Chaos Emerald, I assume. When I was researching various papers related to the ancients and this robot, I discovered that there was a possibility that this robot was something incredible. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this robot may be the cause to destruction of the fourth great civilization. I'm not sure if I believe it just yet, though. Now we're entering Sonic Battle territory. But does that mean he's connected to the ancients of Frontier or another ancient civilization? I am no longer able to ignore the possibility that this robot did in fact destroy the fourth great civilization. I have discovered a stone tablet that explains as much. According to the tablet, when the figure falls from the heavens and the stone of the gods is joined, all that exists will become one again. Though it is difficult to believe, this robot has been watching my movements and mimicking all that I do. I was amazed by my scans of this being. Surprisingly, reams and reams of data scrolled and caused my most powerful computer to crash. More intriguing was that the data was all about melee combat and weapons at that age. Eventually, if this being is ever restored to its former state, it will put all that data to use and recreate all the weaponry and combat abilities I had once had. And that's not all. If my guesses are correct, it will also have the ability to absorb modern weaponry as well. What have I done? I have uncovered a horrible weapon. It has been a trying time, to say the least. Maria was diagnosed with a neuroimmune deficiency syndrome. There is no cure, yet I pulled some strings and had her brought aboard the Ark for treatment and assessment. The low-gravity environment should help keep her symptoms manageable. Her family has been less than enthusiastic with my decision. Despite everything, she remains the most positive person in the room. Most of the staff here left their families back on the Earth. So I worried she'd feel lonely. Instead, she'd become the adopted daughter of every researcher on the Ark. Moreover, she'd become like a big sister to little blank, the Ark's happy little accident over the past few years. That'll probably be I don't remember his name, but the general from Shadow the Hedgehog.
Abraham.
That's his name?
Yeah.
The president keeps prompting me with his request to unlock the mysteries of life. Perhaps with this funding and clout, I can find a way to cure Maria while I chase the colony. And there he is. There's the general. I don't like how inverted this is. Blank has dropped all pretense as demanding weapons research in exchange for continued funding. I promised the president I'd begin work on Project Shadow, but even he can't get them back down, and I appear to have a gun to my head. I don't matter. So yeah, that gun is bugging him. Years ago, I discovered records of an ancient god of destruction called Chaos. It was said to command the fury and force of the ocean, or something to that effect. I've begun developing a basic AI-driven apparatus that can generate cohesion in water and produce controlled shapes for basic actions. I've told the brass these can turn any body of water into an autonomous weapon. Deep down, I'm hoping it can be used as an easily deployed search and rescue unit. Imagine a flood turned back on itself to aid those in the rubble. Research into Project Shadow is full swing. The first step has been learning how to siphon Chaos Emerald energy and to apply it to living tissue. To that end, I've developed the Chaos Drives. Direct application seems too harsh. Any organism that could directly interfere with an emerald would be fearsome indeed. The initial tests were promising, so we're now moving on the next stages in trial. I'll be using salamanders for their regenerative abilities and manageable size. We will begin applying Chaos Drives to the test subject and see how its vitals respond. And to keep Gun from breathing down my neck, I'm supplying them with Chaos Drives as batteries for their mechanized division. That's why they're inside the machines in Sonic Adventure 2. I loathe powering engines of war, but sacrifices have to be made if I'm to save Maria. I'll figure something out in the long run. I'm a genius after all. Oh, there's the bile lizard.
It was a salamander.
Project Shadow has reached an impasse. The subject exhibits accelerated cellular growth to the point it cannot support its own biological systems. I developed an external life support system to compensate, but it will need to be upgraded and redesigned as the subject continues to grow. The way it thrashes and roars is uncontrollable. Furthermore, it is generating unexplained energetic reactions. Is this an expression of Blank's power? Can a living thing produce such energy? Can it be controlled? There are too many questions, and unfortunately the answers lie in this bio lizard's life. I will keep it alive and as comfortable as I can until I have the answers I need. I found a region in the Ark that should be able to safely house it while we control our experiments. I'm not sure what I can tell Maria. I do not want to tell her, but I think the truth is too cruel. So that explains it was sitting there at the Ark's core the entire time. Which is weird because it kind of looked like it warped in. Maria is growing into a lovely young woman. Breaks my heart that someone as bright and energetic as her is diminished by disease. There is no visible effects, and I've caught my fellow researchers muttering to each other, doubting her illness. It is infuriating. I find all my reason and restraint vanish when she's slighted. And yet she remains an unending font of positivity. Even on her worst days, when the fear and the pain take hold, she takes me tells me to, and she endears for the day when she can return home. She has total faith in me and that Project Shadow will cure her. Her family back on Earth have no such faith. It's been so long, some of the researchers actually think she was born here. Her family either wants her better or wants her home. I can do neither. Somehow their scorn is harsher than the government or the military's increasing pressure for more weapons research. I'm a genius, I had to figure this out. Desperate time calls for desperate measures, and I'm a desperate man. The Black Comet returned to Earth on its 50-year orbit. I had no idea it actually harbored aliens. Aboard it was the Black Arms. Somehow he knew about the Chaos Emeralds, and it seemed impressed with my work. He offered me a Faustian deal. I accepted. Using his DNA, I was able to overcome every hurdle Project Shadow had been put before me. The small, sturdy biped I developed can perfectly interact with Chaos Emerald energy. Let's see. Black Doom wanted me to craft a herald for his future invasion. Gunn wants Project Shadow to generate undying soldiers for them. I will play them both for fools. When I launched Project Shadow initially, I named it with scorn and mockery. I was trying to grab hold of an intangible goal. Later, it sounded appropriately villainous, as I was toying with the fundamentals of life itself. But then Maria looked upon the unfinished specimen and put things into a new perspective. A shadow tells you which way to go to find light. In an instant, she cut through all my pessimism and doubt and filled me with hope. Shadow, as she's come to call him, will not be some dark creature, but a champion of life and hope. I would not have seen that if not for Maria. She is truly a remarkable person who can do a great and wondrous things for the world. I must save her no matter the cost. I now understand why this being was named Gizoid, or Gizoid. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I like Gizoid. In the ancient tongue, it means everything. According to the stone tablet, if the Gizoid established a link with someone, it will swear loyalty to that person. Perhaps it still lacks something energy, Chaos Emerald energy, but has been saying the word link to me in broken tones. It went on to explain, show me your true strength and I shall obey. I am all things and all shall belong to me. So as it suggested, I brought it before my collection of model guns and fired them all. Then it suddenly said, I shall follow your every command and never leave your side. And since then, it refused to listen to anyone but me. While it is still a fearsome weapon of destruction, while it remains under my control at least, it won't be used for evil. However, if someone with evil intentions ever forms a link with it, I don't even want to think about what will happen. I must research how one can re-establish a link with the Gizoid. The upper echelon is going crazy. Perhaps they aim to freeze Project Shadow. Soon the ultimate life form, I don't know what that's supposed to be, will be completed. The application to my granddaughter is also imminent. I cannot just let them stop my study at this point because I am the only one who can save my granddaughter's life. The higher-ups are threatening to shut down this research facility. I had no choice but to hand them the Gizoid to buy more time for my research. I tried to be careful and command it to never absorb any dangerous technologies. However, I have heard that other researchers have been making the Gizoid weapons. Apparently, the way to cause the Gizoid to form a new link is to show its power that surpasses that of its former master. While this possesses immense danger, I cannot risk losing Maria. The top brass still aren't satisfied. The Gizoids isn't enough or flashy enough for them. Fine, I developed a weapon calling the Eclipse Cannon. It taps directly into the Arc Central Reactor to produce an unethical degree of firepower. They'll love it. However, to use it on any target on Earth would destroy the world. They'll never be able to fire it. Checkmate. It will, however, be the perfect tool to deal with the Black Arms when they return. Eclipse means shadow. This is Shadow's cannon, my gift to him in a battle he never asked for. I'm so sorry. Maria doesn't know the full scope of what Shadow has been designed for, but she understands what he will he will be under tremendous strain. She helped me conceptualize a number of accessories that will help focus his power and aid his ability. Okay, I guess that's when they do acknowledge the rings.
There you go. Yeah.
Because it looked like she designed his shoes, but there's also the ring right there.
Okay.
Focus his power and aid his mobility. I'm also researching chaos control to see if I can gain an understanding of it before Shadow awakens. The power to stop space and time is incredible, and I don't want him to have to try to learn its intricacies on his own. Deep down, I know this progress is superficial, tangential as best. The larger issue will remain. Gunn, the President, and Maria, my family. I've gleaned there's a rift growing between my sons. My love for them shouldn't be a divisive issue. I'm running out of time. It's been a whirlwind of events as of late. Project Shadow is complete, and Shadow has awakened. I pre-programmed a great deal of data into his mind, but his ability to parse it out and apply it to his situation is remarkable. All of his vitals are strong, and there seems to be no signs of instability or mutation. He stands in stark contrast to the monsters we've sailed below deck. But all success of the physical and mental prowess comes second to his relationship to Maria. I had hoped they get along, but it's far better than that. She is his guide to the world, and he is her stalwart and companion. Never have seen such an instant mutual friendship and trust between two beings. I am truly moved. They remind me why I've been working so hard. They bring me home. Back on Earth, my son and Blank's parents have been blessed with another little girl. They've already run tests, and she has none of the genetic markers linked to Maria's condition. While this was welcome news, the unspoken commentary was received loud and clear. I must save Maria. I must get my family back. Shadow, you're the key to all. So that's the most interesting line in this entire journal. Eggman has a cousin that isn't Maria.
So, what's his name? Do we know?
Her.
Wait,
Because it was an Eggman because it's a little girl.
Oh, a girl. Oh.
Blessed with another little girl.
Oh.
So when's she gonna come into the picture?
Wow. So there's another Robotnik out there that we don't know about.
My worst fears has come true. The Gizoid has absorbed enough weaponry and technology that it has started to go out of control. The resulting rampage led to the destruction of most of the Ark. I deciphered the rest of the stone tablets. It says when the Gizoid had learned all that it could, it became a god of wrath and all was destroyed. The researchers somehow managed to subdue the Gizoid and seal it away. Luckily, it only had one Chaos Emerald, I assume? That kind of contradicts the rest of the series, but okay. That's pretty common with this stuff, though. If it were to have all 7 Chaos Emeralds installed, it might destroy the whole planet. The Gizoid is too much of a liability. I tried destroying its core, but nothing. I did work. I understand too little of the technology that built him. My best hope is to try and reprogram its AI to a free-willed, emotionless-based AI. I've lost track of the days. Not very scientific of me. I'm strained. Something has to give. The Gizoid's rampage caused the artificial chaos to behave erratically. I attempted to regain network control by inverting the polarity of text mirrors. Can't read it. So instead, they became violent. Shadow raced across the Ark, pacifying them quite expertly, but the damage is done. Yes, the fun mission of Shadow the Hedgehog. An SOS was sent to Gunn automatically. I dread the litigations reprimanding I'll have to endure next. Let's see. A heritage of the past I dug out, Gizoid, and the ultimate life form I've created by my own hand, Shadow. I equip both weapons with a heart. If all powers are not what it used to be... Alright. If all powers are not what is to be attained for oneself, but what is to be born from hearts that yearn for someone, I believe all conflict would cease to exist. Please, if there's anyone out there listening to my prayers, bring hope to humanity. I don't quite know what happened or what went wrong. Oh, here we go. Now we're directly into Sonic Adventure 2 quotes. Was it a mistake to create the ultimate life form? I thought it would be something that would benefit mankind. But then the military guards landed on the colony that day. They were sent to destroy the research project that I had been working on. My colleagues at the research facility, my granddaughter Maria, I hope you are all safe. The colony was completely shut down, probably to keep the prototype from falling into the wrong hands. The Ark was shut down on the premise that there had been an accident. I found Maria's names among those who died on the Ark when the Ark was shut down. She meant everything to me, and I couldn't bear the thought that she died because of my research. I lost everything. I had nothing more to live for. I went insane! All I could think about was to avenge her. Somehow, some way, I got scared and I was no longer able to control my thoughts. All I could think about was that I wanted it all to end. Based on my original projections, I was able to complete my project, Shadow. I designed its mind to be perfect, pure. I will leave everything to him. If you wish to release and awaken it to the world, if you wish to fill the world with destruction. And that's the end. Property of the Eggman Empire.
You know, there
So
was
that's
something there. It mentioned Chaos Shard. That's something I've heard since Sonic 06.
The Chaos Shards?
Oh, not Chaos Shards, excuse me. Chaos Drives.
Yeah. Were they in the... I don't think they were in 06, were they?
They weren't like mentioned in the game, but it's like more so in the meter. Like, you know how you had that meter on the left hand side, kind of like how you have the boost right now.
Yeah.
The Chaos Drives would pretty much increase how much Chaos energy you could use. I don't know. It was just interesting seeing that word specifically in this journal.
I don't have Sonic Forces Part 2. But they've got Sonic 06. Retelling of each game story.
He's got a bike, but he doesn't ride the bike in the game.
But, well, that ends Shadow the Hedgehog. Or, well, Shadow Generation.
Yep.
Until the DLC in December.
Yeah.
Observation.
Dialogue gonna change from there. So the decision is, do we do Forces or do we do Sonic 06? Because we've been talking about it a lot.
I'm up for anything, honestly. Although, I mean, it would be nice to do 06.
I mean, between the two, I'd definitely rather do 06.
You're for 06. Okay.
Right.
Revisit it.
What about you, Blue? I assume you don't mind. It could go either way.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
I still need to find all those damn little gears for these guys. I don't think it really does anything, does it?
I might. I haven't found out myself. Are you still recording, by the way, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, there's something down there. I don't have the things for it though. More music. So I think that's all that's been said.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was.
Next time we'll see Shadow.
I feel like there's. I think they're still going in like the right direction. They're slowly recovering from the meta era, people like to call it.
The meta era of Sonic.
But I say Kingdom Valley is the best level in this game.
For me, it was Chaos Island. Probably because of the music.
Do I even have access? I do in the collection menu. Or do you have access to those levels? Oh, let's find out. No, I think it's just the little stuff you unlock. Which there's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's all the stuff that you get for the special edition. But when we continue playing Forces, there will be Shadow again, because that story is before Sonic Forces even.
Yep.
This
Carry
is
on.
the ultimate power.
I haven't done the hard mode version of any of these fights. There's new challenges and bosses will become more difficult. I don't think it's worth it though.
It's up to you if you like the challenge.
I somehow missed that one.
I just had a thing where I was thinking of. Imagine if the challenge included what happened in Sonic Colors. What's that
Wait.
boss?
Oh.
It was like,
Oh, you mean like the terminal velocity stage?
yeah, terminal velocity in that
Oh,
Doom
wow.
Zone thing. Like if you want 100%, you have to complete this.
No,
Oh, jeez.
Super Shadow.
You're gonna force Jim into
Yeah,
finding all the Chaos Emeralds again.
yeah. There'll be a Sonic, a Shadow Simulator this time in this place.
Yeah.
Alright,
That's
well,
funny.
stop here. Guess we're doing Sonic 06 next.
Alright, we could do a 6.